Hi, my dear students. So we are again studying and discussing about the primary pulmonary tuberculosis, the X-ray images, how to describe the image. So in early videos, we already studied about the pneumonic phase, resorption phase, condensation phase, and now we are going to discuss about the calcification phase. So before understanding this video or this X-ray image, you must go through the different stages that is we already discussed, and you must learn those. After that, you become able to understand that what's going on in calcification phase. So there is a mechanism, or we can say there is a way, a specific way to differentiate, or what we can see to differentiate tuberculosis from different other diseases, and there is a proper way of reading the X-ray image. Okay, the X-ray image should be either it is absorbed or not, either it is rigid or soft. So all of that we need to know. If all the structures are visible in the X-ray, then we can say that the X-ray is what we call as absorbed, because everything that is present in the thorax, they are visible. So in this X-ray we can see that only the left part of the X-ray is visible. So it doesn't mean that it is absorbed. It is not absorbed, because I cropped this image because the image was not so fitting in this screen. That's why I cut the image. So it is a absorbed image. Here we can see all the structures, rib, heart, and all the what we can say the costophrenic angles, cardiophrenic angles, and the vertebra, they are all visible. So let's define something about the pulmonary TB and some points about the different phases. Okay, so let's discuss some point. Okay, so about what we can say about the early phase, that is the pneumonic phase. So in pneumonic phase, what happened is, we discussed early, the focus where the inflammation start because of the entry of the tuberculosis or the mycobacterium to TB into the lungs. There is an inflammatory focus in this area, and this bacteria then migrate through the lymph vessels to the hilar lymph nodes. And in early phase, in pneumonic phase, there is a markedly large foci, there is a inflammation of the lymph vessels, and as well as inflammation of the lymph nodes. So with time, gradually what happened, the size start to decrease, because the body immunity, the defense mechanism of the body, it's try to heal the destructive process and to compete the organism, the microorganism. So the what we can say, the focus start to shrink in size, and the necrotic areas become decrease in size. What we can say, it start to resolve. So resorption phase, we can see when the foci become smaller in size. Okay, the lymph vessels start to heal, and as well as the lymph nodes, hilar lymph nodes also start to heal. So in condensation phase, further decrease in size, the lymph vessels start to approximately start to disappear on the X-ray image, because it was healing, as well as the lymph nodes also start to decrease. So what happened now in calcification phase? Okay, so in calcification phase, what we can see, that there is a formation of calcified mass, because whenever the healing process starts, the bacteria start to die. There is dystrophic changes we can see. Because of those changes, there is the accumulation of calcium at that particular area, and because of the accumulation of the calcium at the particular area, we can say that now the process is healed already, and it become a residual mass. So I would like to say something about this. That is, the focus in the lung tissues become even smaller than that of the pneumonic phase, resorption phase, and condensation phase. It become more densely of high intensity with distinct contour, frequently red and rough. Calcifications are intensified also in the root lymphatic nodes. Calcification in certain cases are represented by solid dense formation. So what they want to say, so they say that what happened is the pathology start to resolve as the patient start to started with anti-TB drug, then the patient start to recover. So in calcification phase, in this phase, what happened? Calcification start. So we understand. So what happened? Now we will we will do, we will see that how we can define, how we can explain this calcification phase. So first of all, we need to know that where is the focus. For example, this is the focus. We can see that a white area is calcified area. This is the primary focus. It is not a primary complex because there is no lymph vessel visible, and there is a calcified what? Lymph vessel, lymph node. So this is what we call a sometime that is gone focus. So now we will go for the characteristics of the primary focus. So the characteristics of the primary focus is that the location is very important. So where located the focus? It is present in the left lung upper lobe, and it is a calcified shadow. The size is approximately less than 1 centimeter. It is oval or round in shape. The contour is clear. It means the borders are completely visible. We can differentiate the lung parenchyma from this calcified mass. So the intensity is very high. We can compare with the ribs, that the ribs bright, this one is more intense, and the structure is homogeneous because this focus is full of calcified material or the calcification. If we talk about the lymphangitis, which we already discussed in our previous images, previous videos. So the lymphangitis, a linear tension bar from the focus to the lung root. It was like this in previous videos, but here is resolved. It is not more visible. It is not visible because it is recovered or resolved. And if you talk about the lymphangitis or the lymphadenopathy at the hilar lymph nodes, we can also see a calcified mass. The lymph nodes also calcified. So in the lung root, calcified lymph nodes are visible. So in this matter, in this way, we can explain our X-ray image. Now if you want to give a conclusion, so then how you can give a conclusion? So then you need to know that how to define, that is, it is a primary pulmonary TB complex. So the first way, that is, either it is pulmonary or extrapulmonary. If it is pulmonary, we can see pulmonary. If it's extrapulmonary, we can say that it is extrapulmonary. For example, the TB of GI system, the TB of meninges, the TB of joint, they are extrapulmonary TB. But in this image, it is in the lungs, so it is not extrapulmonary TB. It is a pulmonary TB. Then we need to also need to know that either the patient is suffering for the first time or infected by the TB bacteria second time. Either it is transmitted from any other part of the body, then it into the lung. So on that matter, we can say that either it is primary if the person is infected for the first time, if it is infected for the second time, or the residual mass present into the body of that patient, it reactivated, then we can say that that is not a primary, but that is the secondary pulmonary TB. So in this case, it is a primary pulmonary TB, left lung upper lobe. And what is the phase? Calcification phase. So in this way, we can read an X-ray image. Thank you very much.